Hello, everyone. Welcome to our new episode with Shahmika Agoon. Shahmika is a author, therapist, and she deal with many other specialties. And she has recently written a very popular book, which is very popular on Amazon. People are buying across everyone everywhere. So the book is called Picky Eaters, Healthy Diets. It has autism-friendly recipes, and we are doing this series for the Help Kids Thrive. So welcome everyone. How are you, Shamika?
I'm very welcome, Ran. Thank you so much for inviting me. How are you?
I am very good, very good. So how is everything going?
Everything is going well. As you introduced me, I would say a little bit more. So I'm a practicing nutritionist, practicing in the UK. I have clients from all over the world. I'm a nutritionist, a kinesiologist, and a therapist, and I do mindset training as well for law of attraction. And now I'm an author with my book called Picky Eaters, Healthy Diets.
Picky Eaters, Healthy Diets. Very
Healthy
good, very
Diets.
good.
And it's a series of Help Kids Thrive series. And so this is the book. It's called Picky Eaters, Healthy Diets, and it helps is for Parents' Guide to Autism Friendly Recipes, Better Gut Health, Stress-Free Meal Times, and Less Hyperactivity in Kids.
Okay,
And so, yeah, and so there are like 75 recipes in the book.
okay.
The book is divided into three different parts. So
Yeah.
the first part I wrote about the importance of early nutrition,
Yes.
where I explained all the scientific things. Why do we need, what is the digestion system, how it related with our nerve, vagus nerve, and how our brain and our gut health is related to, which is very important for children. So a lot of times we don't understand that how important for children to have healthy food, and because our brain is completely connected with the gut, which means digestive system. So
Okay.
the part I explained all about this, and then I explained that why children, some children, why they are picky eaters, and how their digestive system is changing their eating habit, or eating habit is changing their digestive system, vice versa, and in the same time how all of these are connected with their um, function, their cognitive functions, their brain functions, and all of these. So in the book, the first part I explained about dairy free, why some children are sensitive to dairy, why some children are sensitive to wheat or gluten, why some children are sensitive to sulfur, why some children are sensitive to yeast, and the other one is corn. So they're the five main sectors the children struggle with nowadays, because there are unnecessary gluten they put in the food, especially manufacturing companies. There are unnecessary sulfur everywhere, so yeast everywhere, and that body gets overwhelmed by that. The second part of the book, where I wrote all the recipes, there are 75 recipes. So there are each one's a corn-free diet, and there are breakfast, snacks, there is lunch and dinner. And the third part of my book, which is I wrote, is about medical links between nutrition and autism. So this there I went not only the sort of picky eating, it's a specific special book for children with autism, ADHD, and learning disability. So here I explain that which kind of food, which kind of supplements can help children, such as how they can improve their eye contact, which is a big thing for children with autism,
Okay.
how their hyperactivity can be reduced, how their learning disability can be better, better in a sense that they can overcome it gradually, because my son had this serious learning disability and he overcome hugely throughout the support with food and nutrition and other modalities. So I know that, how I helped my son and other children. Then there is how the children can get help with restlessness, and how these children can get help with sensory overloading, which is a big issue. And the same about was how they can get help with sleeplessness, how their socialization can be improved, and speech. So I
Yeah.
tried to cover all of the main sectors that parents normally get. They feel helpless. They get stuck. That they feel like there's no help. Where shall I go? So if they read this book, there is I kind of wrote as much as I could in this sorry, what is showing? It's blurring. So yeah, as much as I could in within these 30,000 words, because there are certain things in Amazon that how many words we can put in one book and
Okay.
all this. So that's why since this book is 30,000 words, and at the end of the day, at the end of the book, I have put, like, there are all the scientific evidences. It's 25 pages of references. So everything.
Amazing, amazing. It's a good guidebook for everyone.
Kind of
Actually, it's a guidebook for the researchers as well, because they will get a lot of references at the end of the book. And this is a really like a research work that you have done on the book. One thing I want to ask, like, what do you mean by picky eaters? Who is the picky eater? Is everyone is a picky eater? Like, I don't like certain kind of food. I don't. It's not like I don't want to eat some kind of food. Some kind of food like my children don't like to eat. So are they picky eaters as well?
Well, that's a very good question, Kamran. Is actually, yeah, we all think we are picky eaters, but we have food choices. So picky eating now becoming one of the biggest challenge for, say, doctors and medical people, because a lot of children, they are just not eating much food now. The difference between you, me, and other children having food choices, which yeah, I will eat this kind of food, I will not eat that kind of food. That comes with the say culture, religion, family food habit, a lot of things. But when I'm talking about children with picky eating, those children are extremely picky of the food they are taking. So some of the children, they only have two or three foods. That's kind of food they will eat. So if I'm talking for my son, Reese, when his issue started, he was diagnosed with autism. He was borderline of ADHD. He was diagnosed with learning disability. He had epilepsy. He was diagnosed with epilepsy. He was diagnosed with hay fever, nose bleeding, verbal tics, what else? And Tourette syndrome. So you can see how many list goes on and on and on. And these all were his health conditions. And it all started with picky eating. So he was diagnosed when he was 3 years old. And before he was diagnosed, say when his symptoms started when he was 2, the first thing I noticed that he stopped all kinds of food he used to eat. So he used to be a very good fruit eater. I never had any issue to give him any fruits, any vegetables. We had to actually hide fruits from him, because he would just go for fruits and bite all kinds of fruits. We used to have two fruit baskets. And from there, this child, he stopped any kind of this healthy eating food. Not only the healthy eating, he stopped normal foods like rice, bread. He only started to eat fish fingers, chicken dippers, and then there's one types of biscuit, one brand biscuit, and then he had one brand of chocolate. So that was the four food he used to have. So most of these children, when we are saying picky eaters, they're compromised with their food habits severely. And if they don't have those food, they would not eat any other food. And so sometimes day by day they even stop to eat those kind of food. So they are severely malnourished because a lot of this food doesn't have much nutrition, and they have severely they get very tired at school or sometimes very overwhelmed. Some of the children like lots of sugary food,
Yeah.
so sugar rush goes, and then when they have sugary food they feel hyperactive and all these, and after that they feel tired, but they will only eat those kind of food, you know.
Okay.
And the reason for this microbiome, you know, this like gut flora, I don't know you heard about microbiome, gut flora. It is basically different types of probiotics. It lives in our children's mouth, everybody's mouth, but children's mouth, children's gut health. So sometimes if that is changed somehow, it's been compromised for some reasons, then this picky eating habit starts. Or there could be other nutrition lackings. There could be maybe his child took antibiotics or something, or
Okay.
maybe the child had some secret food sensitivity which parent don't understand, and they just feel like, oh, it's child is not eating, and then they go to the doctors and doctors say, yeah, maybe he or she will eat day after day, after a few years or something.
Right. Yeah.
That means it doesn't really get better unless you find out that why what kind of food sensitivity this child is having, what kind of food intolerance this child is having. It's nothing to do with the food allergy, because
Right.
everybody is thinking, oh, we just know it's food allergy, but it's not allergy. It's the sensitivity, is the
Okay.
intolerance.
So
So
what
when
is the difference between allergy and sensitivity in sensitivity regarding the food or diet or anything like that?
okay, so when you're saying allergy, it's like the food is going into your body is creating some antibodies against it. It's like body is seeing a straightaway reaction to
So
it.
it's a reaction. The
Okay.
allergy is a reaction.
Yeah, so and
Okay.
it's coming with this, it's basically protein, it's a protein intolerance from the food. From for what is we were saying food sensitivity, which is it's not a straightaway reaction, but
Okay.
it just that's food, that child is sensitive to that kind of food. It could be that food structure, it could be that foods, the structure means chemical structure,
Yeah.
the chemical, how the chemical is structured. So say gluten, the way it's structured, the child's body is not liking it for some reason. That could be just is too much of this food is going, is body becomes sensitive to it. And then uh, so this, after a long time, say if he's taking it, say after five uh, 1 month, some children for 5 months, then bodies start to reject it. Yeah, so and that's the so this is a build by build sensitivity, which then become massive, and then
Okay.
body doesn't touch those food. Body just leave it as a side, that I'm not going to do anything about it. I don't like you, and then it become body becomes sensitive to those food, and child doesn't. They just stopped eating more food.
Okay. So
Yeah.
how does this neuro issues get helped with the nutrition or diet? Like for example, for epilepsy, for ADHD, or for any other neuro issues like hyperactivity or hypoactivity. How does the nutrition or the diet will help resolving them or curing them?
Okay, thank you. So we don't say they use cure. Is we are not allowed to say that. However, the thing is, every nutrition is a metabolic. Is without nutrition, body cannot work. So
Yeah.
every single metabolic pathway use some of the nutrition. So if a child is not having good food, say if the child's body is lacking of zinc, so just if
Okay.
the zinc is reduced, there are like another 300 pathways in the metabolic system in the body are compromised. Yeah.
Okay.
So it means it's not doing, it's going to do somewhere, and then it stops. So sometimes, say, I'm just talking about one thing, this is zinc.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
as a cofactor, which is cofactor means it doesn't. So it's like you have the charge, you have the phone, you have the electricity, you need the charger. Without charger, both cannot connect it, and nothing, it's not going to work. So
Yeah.
a lot of times nutrition work as a charger, so
Okay.
as a cofactor. So both things need to be connected with that, and then everything can work. So if
Okay.
that is missing, yes, you are having a lot of healthy food and a lot of body is ready, you are giving good food and everything, but um, somehow if the system is overloaded or sometimes if it's sensitive, then so if that thing, say from the food, if somehow a body cannot produce enough zinc, then that is missing. So even though you're having food, it's not, it's not working, mostly if the children eats like enough food, enough healthy food, which is like fruits, vegetables, which we call balanced diet,
Yeah.
enough carbohydrate, there's good amount of protein in the body. When they are having all of these, naturally body builds it, body creates all the sufficient nutrition. But as I said, if somehow their gut flora is compromised, so which is like probiotics is compromised, their microbiome is compromised, is there is not enough good bacteria in the in the colon, in the gut, or in the mouth, then
Okay.
they cannot just have, because the first thing, child would not feel the taste in the mouth, so they
Yes.
wouldn't. Yeah. So this is the reason why, as you said, why in the neuropath is so important, because every single neuropath is linked with the nutrition in the metabolism pathway.
Yeah.
So without
Yeah.
that, it's not gonna work. Yeah.
Okay, that's very good. So, what is the balanced diet? Okay, we have, have read on internet everywhere, we know there's a carbohydrate, protein, fats that we have to eat for our balanced diet. But actually, as a nutrition, what do you think is a balanced diet, and what should we eat as a balanced diet?
Okay. So we are talking about children today, so balanced diet is different for each age mostly.
Okay. Yeah.
There are gender as well, but let's talk about the age today. So for children under 5 or just up to 5, it's very important. The children will have enough carbohydrate. They would have lots of fat, means lots of oil, and they will have sufficient amount of protein. They will have lots of vitamins, means a lot of fruits, minerals, because without minerals, a lot of nutrition cannot be metabolic uh, digestion. Okay, they cannot be absorbed, and they
Okay.
cannot go and fulfill the metabolic pathway. They cannot go inside the cells. So this is the balanced diet for children, for up to 5 years old.
Right.
Up, after 5, then it changes. It's then we are doing, yeah, their carbohydrate is there, but it's depending on how much starch they are eating. So there are carbohydrate where lots of carbohydrate is full of starch. Now, when they are getting up to 5, then we have to reduce the starchy food and giving them more kind of complex carbohydrate. So, and then we're going to reduce the fat a little bit, because now we need healthy fat, not like, so healthy fat means they're going to have lots of, say, coconut oil. They're going to have coconut, avocado. They're going to get a lot of children having peanuts, like nuts allergy. So if they don't have nuts allergy, they're going to have, they can have good amount of nuts or seeds with in their meal, and they're going to have good amount of oily fish. Yeah.
Okay.
So these are the, like, these, if they have this, then they feel better. Yeah. And then, so this is their balance now from 5 to 6, say 6 to 10. Then from 10 is changing again. Now it's becoming teenage. Yeah. And that's time we actually need more specific diet plan, because children could have a lot of health issues by this time. So generally, we recommend that you're gonna have, say, a little bit of carbohydrate, you're gonna have little bit of fat, you're gonna have enough protein because now your body is growing. Yeah, you need a
Yeah.
lot of protein, and then you need lots of vegetables and lots of fruits.
Okay. Okay.
Then
Okay.
you're
One.
gonna have everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that's no. That, thank you very much. That's very informative. One thing. What is difference? What is the difference between the fish, like oily fish? Is it some fish non-oily as well, or is it what a kind of fish do we have, and what kind of fish do we need to eat?
Okay. So for children, I mean, for fish oil is well known because fish oil has omega-3, omega-6, which
Yeah.
produce EPA, and so they are very good for our brain. Yeah,
Right. Yes.
develop the brain. It's for any age. The other
Yes.
thing is the fish oil with omega, it it just heal our gut as well.
Really?
So what
Okay.
kind of fish oil? Yes, so it's very important. It's very, very important. So when there are some fish you're gonna find that oil, it says oil when you cook it, when you so I would say there are so what is so pangash is a very good fish. Is
Okay.
quite available in the UK, quite available in the other part, and it's very easy to eat
Yeah.
because it doesn't have much bones and it's full
Okay.
of oil. It's a river fish. It's not a river fish, but it's like I think lake fish, that kind of fish.
Right.
Um, so this is very good, and there are some other fishes. So like in the UK, there is I know people eat salmon and stuff, but
Yeah.
I not recommend sea fish.
Okay.
There's even though it's saying that they are good, but it's actually in the theory, sea fish is good. In the real life, there are so much toxin goes to the sea now. A lot of these fish are full of mercury, yeah, leads
Yes.
and
Yes.
arsenic and this kind of serious metal, toxic metal, which actually don't help children anymore or anybody. So it's better if we can, yeah, if somebody is saying that we do some of this fishermen, I think what they do, they kind of hire a part of the sea and they kind of grow there the salmon and stuff, other fishes. If you are like if you are certain that yes, this is actually reliable, then have fish from them.
Okay.
But if it's just randomly you are picking up, then I would not put it in my son. Even though we love this kind of fish, I don't eat sea fish for like last 10 years. I don't even give risk. So we are very specific about that. Um, so yeah, even though I mean you asked me the question about the oily fish, but I just told a little bit more about this
Yeah.
sea fish as well. Because people do eat thinking it's a healthy fish. It's healthy because it is full of this and that, but we are forgetting the other side of this of these fishes, which is not fish's fault, but we are
Yeah.
polluting
No,
the
makes sense.
sea
Makes sense.
environment so much that
So
now we
you talk
question it.
about autism as well. So what is the relation between the gut health and autism? What is the relation between the uh, diet, food, with autism? Is it related to autism as well?
Well, I'm not talking from my brain, like I'm making it up. It's now quite scientifically proved. As I said, that I
Okay.
have in my book there are 25 pages of references, every
Oh,
single.
wow.
So yes, gut health is related to anything because you have to understand that. Well, yeah, when I talk about that food is related to everything, a lot of
Yes.
people challenges me. I used to have this many years. Like now, people are understanding because I write a lot, and there are a lot of people, a lot of nutritionists, lot of even doctors, lot of psychiatrists are now talking about all of this. So people are understanding more because you understand that what are you what are you giving is coming back. So every
Right.
day
Yeah.
you eat it. you are eating every day, you are giving food to your child 4 times a day, and then you are thinking, or I don't know how people think that we are eating it and it's not helping me.
Yes.
Where is going then? Then why are you giving this food? So you are giving this food just to fulfill the hunger. No, you are giving this food because this food create nutrition, and that nutrition creates brain and immunity power and everything. So how it's helping, how it's related to gut health? Everything you eat, or what you eat, if it's good, then you have a healthy diet and a healthy body. If you don't eat good, you don't have a healthy body. So coming back to my son, when he started all this picky eating and all this, and as I said, he was only eating 4 foods a day, four
Yeah.
meals a day. Now, the
Yeah.
first thing is, you can ask me that then he was eating healthy, then why from healthy he become suddenly he started to eat non-healthy food, or only started eat 4 foods a day. Why he became so picky. So he had some of the thing, like he had some ear infection, he had diarrhea, he had to have 3 lots of antibiotics that time, and unfortunately that changed all his gut flora. So what happens when we take antibiotics or any kind of serious drugs, that changes the gut flora, which is the good bacteria, healthy bacteria in our colon, in our
All
body,
right.
in our gut. And when they kill, so it's not that they're killing all the good bacteria, they're killing good and bad.
Yeah.
But then after that, we are not helpful, like concern, and if we are not helping that child that time provide more healthy food that time, more probiotics that time, then the bad bacteria is growing in that system. And when they are growing, it's not only the bacteria, it's that there are fungus, there are other parasites, there are mold, there are yeast, so it changes the food habit, because now your inside is full of bad bacteria, bad things. And bacteria is not like, you are like, not, they're not human, they will not produce one baby in 10 months, they produce millions
Oh
a
yes.
day. So they are they're capturing you, they're hijacking you inside. So when it's happening inside, and then your colon is there, is corrupted, and then what's happening? Our colon have this is linked with this vagus nerve, which is the longest nerve in our body, and this colon is connected with our lung, our heart. Sorry, this vagus nerve from colon is related to our lung, our heart is going to the brain. So it's going every single part of the brain. So imagine that there is a connection straight away, and then also there is another connection, another nerve comes from our colon to our teeth, like literally there. Yeah.
Okay.
So what you are putting in your mouth, you get the signal straight away in your colon, your gut, and then say vice versa, is inside there, that's controlling your mouth now, your
Okay.
taste bud. Yeah. So when you are eating now, what you are putting in your mouth now, and your colon is saying, because it's full of all the bacteria, fungus, and yeast, they're saying, I don't want it. Because if
Ah.
you give me this food, and they have their own brain, yeah. So they send the signal that if you have this food, I'm not gonna survive. So they create this kind of bad thing in the mouth, and children doesn't want to eat those healthy food. And so most of these picky eaters, they eat either, as I said, like very dry food, either very sugary food,
Yeah.
either,
Yeah.
or very salty food, like crisps. They
Yes.
love crisps.
Yeah.
So when they have lots of crisp, it have acrylic acid and all this. It's itself
Yes.
a toxic. It's a poison. Nobody should give this to their children.
All right. Yes. Yes. Yes.
And then it's going and it's going. So the inside is becoming more dry, because it's dry food. Children doesn't like to drink water at that time, or soup, or that kind of thing. So the whole system get hijacked.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's how they grow, and then children start to behave differently. because now from the gut they're controlling the brain as well. We call it blood-brain barrier. So they can actually, up to a certain after a certain period, they can actually insert break that blood-brain barrier in the brain and capture the brain as well, and neuropath and all this. So their sensory issues get like compromised, and they hijack everything. So children have severe issue with the light, sound, taste, what else? Sleep. They become hyper. It's just the whole system become different. So then they behave like what we call autism, and we call it mysterious condition. It's no longer mysterious. This is science, and more research are coming, and autism itself is not a disease. It's a lot of symptom
Yes.
of lot of things. It's just showing these children become hyperactive. They just become restless. They can't sleep. They cannot speak. So many of children, like the parents who come to me, the first thing is, my child used to talk and he can't talk anymore. My child used to do a lot of things as a child, intelligent child, and he forgets everything. There's nothing left. So it's like you are losing your child day by day, and this
Yes.
is the so when we restart to like I would say regeneration, the whole gut health again. We because it lot of these bacteria, then they what they do, they cut the gut lining as well, so it's called leaky gut. So they
Okay.
take they capture the whole system. And that's and you need to understand, they are doing a lot of bowel as well. They are urinating inside our body, children's body. All these toxins are there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when they are giving more that kind of food, not having any healthy food, not having any healthy nutrition, that is coming now showing as autism, ADHD, learning disability. And I mean, I had this opportunity in this world that I was helping. I think now it's 15,000 to 20,000 children,
Yes,
they
yes. So let's
get
about talk about that. Like
my son.
you
And
have been
so
helping a lot of children uh with a lot of different issues, and you have been helping them with nutrition, diet plans, with therapies, with your other modalities, techniques. And you have been traveling a lot as well, like what I have known, like you have traveled to USA, you have traveled to Bangladesh, you have traveled so many places as well, and in UK, of course, you live in UK, and so you have seen a lot of people with different, in different location, different cultures, different food options they have. So, what do you think? Like, what is the difference, like, in all over these places? So, how people are different in giving diet to the children?
thank you. So the first challenge had, when, like, now people are more understanding. They're
Okay.
understanding, but when I started talking about it, say 12 years back. So 12 years back, no, I didn't, sorry. The first Reese was diagnosed 12 years back. And then when Reese started to feel better, like he got better. So better means when he used to, so he couldn't sleep, in every 1 hour, 18 minutes, Reese used to be up. When all this started, he became picky eater. He was diagnosed with all of these, and he was very hyperactive. He used to push children. He used to run away. I lost him for so many times. So many times police
Okay.
him. He used to he what else he used to do? He used to he couldn't sit down. He's That was like the hardest thing to see. He was so skinny because he just couldn't sit down. He couldn't rest. What is called restlessness.
Yes, yes, yes.
All the time he was on a move. He couldn't sit down. He couldn't think. His focus was like 5 seconds. That was his highest.
Right. Yes, yes.
So all these challenges, and he lost his speech as well. He became nonverbal. from a verbal boy. So, and other health issues, severely constipated, you know, severely hay fever, couldn't go out, and food was one of the thing he couldn't eat, most of the food. So when I started with that, and I was a nutritionist already, I was working for NHS and all this. I was doing my PhD as well. So I kind of, when he was diagnosed, and the doctor and everybody said they couldn't do anything about it. Uh, they just don't know what's going to happen to this child. So that made me very depressed. You just cannot think that, your child has got autism and that's it, and nobody is helping. So I started to self-search. I took lots of trainings, and I started to searching that there must be other parents as well, who he's not the first child in the world who was diagnosed with all of this. And so I found luckily one or two people, ladies, who actually they were moms, and they helped their children, and their children were adult and that time, and they're doing well, doing jobs and everything. And I was like, how did you do that? So they said, look into the food. That's the main thing. We did this. And so I was like, okay, yeah, it matches. And then started to look into the food. And I was a nutritionist already. So I started with that. And then it took me 1 year, because this was very severely, strongly picky eater. And if I would give him one little bit of like cucumber in his mouth, he would vomit. I don't know how that much vomiting was coming,
All right.
So it was very, very difficult to introduce new food. And I just explained why this was happening, because of all these, his gut flora, everything changed, and nothing. So he all these fungus, yeast, parasites in his body didn't want this food, so they would be throwing. That's all. And people normally don't understand that why my child is like that. So when I started all this, and Reese got better, started to feel better, and gradually, within a year, his condition became so much better. So before, they used to put a heavy, like, I don't know, he was like tiny little boy, and they used to put like 10 kg heavy weight coat on his body. He has to, like, that was the school was doing, because he couldn't sit down. He used to wriggle all the time. So they used to put, they gave me a heavy blanket as well. So you understand, it's like a punishment you are giving,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he had to
yeah.
work with that. He has to sit down with this in the classroom. He had to carry that from, home to school, school to home, because that was, they told me to do it. So it was painful to see,
Yeah, it
he's carrying
is.
all
It
these
is.
heavy, heavy things. And because it was heavy, he couldn't move. He had to sit down, but he had to carry it all the time. So that kind of thing. And when I started using my protocol, and using little by little different food and all these, and he started to change. And I used a lot of supplements as well,
Okay.
gave him a lot of probiotics as well. And gradually, his food habit became better. So when he became better, and because he was non-verbal, he couldn't speak at school. And then one time, because that was he was in year 3 that year, and the school said, they want to, like, research participate as well, like all the children participates in the music competition. So
Yep.
anybody wants to come. And then the school, his one-to-one was there. She said, I put Reese's name, we're gonna introduce, like, we're gonna be there as well. I was happy, okay. So Reese actually went, and then they asked him to sing the song, or say everybody was singing, and Reese sang so well, it blew
Really?
my head off, and they actually put his name in the competition. Reese then compete, and he didn't know what is competition. He just, so when his one-to-one realized that he can actually sing so well, he can talk a little bit, and then he they put his name there. He won the competition with 11. He was only like 6 years old boy, and he won the competition with,
Amazing.
11, 12 years boys. And the whole, like when I went, we were like celebrating that day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everybody looking at us, and everybody's coming, everybody's running, like what's happening? And the parents who had this issue, they came to me because everybody knew Reese is like that, and now Reese is different. So that's how I started, and I started to talk about, and I said that this is the thing I did. So some people started to follow me, and they got better. Some people, they just didn't believe in me. They just
Right.
thought it
Yeah.
was a coincidence. And that's how, so I started to write in my Facebook. I did a lot of YouTube video. It was more education I was doing for parents. Didn't have any intention to become like autism specialist or something, but because I was doing so much for helping parents, um, somehow they started to come to me, and then I went to, and I was invited from USA,
Yeah.
from Canada. I couldn't go to, in 2020, I was invited in a summit in Canada, but that year was, we had this
Yeah.
COVID, we couldn't go. I was invited in Dubai as well, couldn't go. It was all summit time. And after that, I was just doing online, so I was helping parents.
Yeah.
And so that's how parents now they know, and a lot of other nutritionists also talking about it. And doctors are now talking about it,
That's
that
amazing. That's amazing.
important. Yeah, thank you.
So, let's wind up right now, and we will, because there's so many things that we need to ask from you. It's such a, so you have so much of knowledge. Can you let us know, like, what is your Instagram or Facebook, or what are the links so that people can start following you or can contact you if they want to get some advice from you?
Thank you. So I have a website called Shahmika, www.shahmikaagoon.com. Is ShahmikaAgoon. So not UNOON, Agoon, dot com. And I have, my Instagram is Angelic Healing with Shahmika. Angelic Healing with Shahmika. YouTube is Shahmika Agoon. Facebook is Angelic Healing with Shahmika. So yeah, if you find, like, search Shahmika Agoon, it normally comes. You will find me in the internet. Um, what else? I've got
Uh,
TikTok as well. So TikTok is Shahmika Agoon. What else? I think that's all, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
Yeah. So we
And
will
then,
put the links somewhere around the video in the description or wherever, it's different platforms. It will go on different platforms. And can you tell us about your book? Where can they buy the book?
thank you. So the book, Help Kids. This is the Help Kids Thrive series, and Picky Eaters Healthy Diets. Picky Eaters Healthy Diets. It's available in Amazon. So at the moment it's only in English. It's available in USA, Amazon.com, Amazon UK, .co.uk, Amazon Canada, Amazon Australia, and it's in Amazon Europe as well. So I sold books in like Germany, Italy, France, and also in Brazil. And I'm not sure they're selling it in India or not, but you can try. And also, I've got request now to publish this book translate it into Spanish and Italian,
Oh,
which
amazing.
my next project. Also, the book is gonna be in Audible .com, Audible in Amazon. So I'm try just a lot of, yeah, pending work needs to be done. I'm busy at the moment with Reese's book. His book needs to be, his illustration. I'm sorting it out. But yeah, you're gonna find me also in Kindle, Amazon Kindle.
Yeah.
It's an e Yeah,
So there
yeah.
is a online version of this book, nutrition book is available, Picky Eater Healthy Diet. So this is available in Kindle as well. This is an ebook as well, so you can download this book from Amazon and then you can read it on the go wherever you want to. And this is like a paperless book, ebook, Kindle book, whatever you like to call. You can download it as well. So that is available on all of the Amazon, and it is not country restricted as well, so you can buy it online version. So please do buy. There's a lot of knowledge in there, a lot of information is in there. As you can see, like I cannot stop this episode. I have so many questions and so many things to learn from Shamika. But we will come back in the next one, and we will talk more about it. And do buy this book. And then we will catch you later in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you, Shamika.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you for inviting me, Kamal. Thank you so much.
Thank you.